All right, so let's do this, okay? So look, we picking up where we left off, right? So, all right, look, all right,
This
we
man.
picking up where we left off, right? So hang on to
Yes,
the
sir.
book, right?
Yeah.
Now I know those questions that you're asking. I'm gonna give you the answer to that, and I'm gonna help you understand how to read the book more effectively without jumping ahead.
Okay,
Now,
gotcha.
the questions you asking is simply based on what me and you already talked about. Because
Hmm.
we talked about it, you you feel or think that you understand or that you okay to run ahead. This is
No,
some
no, no, definitely not.
no
Like I know I'm nowhere ahead to even run nowhere.
no.
Trust
So
me.
it's not exactly that. Don't say what I
Like
use the
I
word
just feel like
feel,
I'm trying
right?
to. I just feel like I'm trying to like see how much I retain.
Rephrase that, please, if you don't mind. Say the same thing again.
What?
What you just said.
I'm just trying to see how much I retain and trying to regurgitate
No,
that.
everything you just said. Use the word I feel. You're moving based off feeling, not just logic, what you understand. What I was trying to get across, right? Based on what me and you had talked about, right? You assume or you think you're ready to move forward and you just jumping ahead. You didn't take your time to understand what we spoke, what we talked about. So you asking questions that if you would have took the time to understand what me and you talked about, it would have that answer would have been given to you. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So that you have to give yourself the best opportunity to excel. That's what that means. You have to give yourself the best chance. So you read it. Yeah, I know it. Let me understand what I just read. That's why I said there's a reason why there's period. There's the reason why there's commas when you read certain things. It was meant for you to stop, take a breather, and just look back at the last two words that you just read. That's the question you will ask yourself. It will help you understand about what you just read, right? So, okay, so trading 101. So, just to recap fast, right? So, what's the first thing you need to have when you want to start pursuing trading,
A job.
right? Job, right? You need a job. Why?
Because you can't rely on the trading market. You gotta have something, a steady income so you can pay your bills.
Okay, not exactly wrong, right?
Hmm.
What I would prefer for you to say is because learning how to trade is like going to college,
Okay.
right?
So it takes time for you to master it. So it
You
takes
have to give yourself the time to master it,
yeah.
right? With that being said, while you are learning, right? While you are learning to trade, you gotta have a roof over your head. You
Yes.
have to eat. So if you have a job that sustains your current living arrangement,
Hmm.
right? Allow the job to pay your bills while you focus on your learning, right? So that's why you need the job. Not only just that, if you don't have a job and you want to start trading and make trading your primary source of income, a lot more stress, anxiety, fatigue, emotional baggage is going to come with that because that's
Yes.
what you do for a living. When you miss a trade or take a loss, it's going to feel like the world's coming down. So much pressure, right? Now, if you focus on, let's just say you give yourself 3 months, right? 3 months. the first the first month would be learning the ins and out, how to buy the market. That's the first thing you want to learn about trading. The reason why you buy it and the reason why you sell it. That's the first thing you want to know. I will rephrase that. You want to learn to understand what the market gives you before it goes up and what it gives you before it comes back down,
Okay.
right? Once you identify what that is, right? You will go ahead and see what has to happen for the market to give you that. That's where the setups comes in, right? And then when you put the two and two together, then you will learn to understand, okay,
Whenever I
this
do.
is what it gives me before it buys up. After it gives me the setup, this is where I'm going to enter for a trade. Where do I place my stop loss? See, you have to learn that, right? So you know that's where you enter. Where do I place my stop loss? Just in case if you didn't know, stop loss is within the name itself. Always slow down when you're learning how to trade. Stop loss just means stop losing.
Yeah. Like I'm willing to lose to this point. I
No,
don't
the
want to lose more.
words. No, some people, I overcomplicate things. I'm really big on learning. I'm always trying to get the ins and out. When I was going through paramedic school, I wanted to know and understand what the medication is derived from. Talking about the mineral, if it's an animal, if it's like plant, if it's like I need to know the ins and out, but that has nothing to do with being a paramedic,
Yes.
right? But being aware and having that understanding, right? You may know, okay, cool, because of this and this. If that person have allergies, how they might react to that, right? If I have to give you epi, I need to understand why, right? I don't need to overwhelm myself with what epi is derived of. Make sense?
Yeah.
So again, if somebody say this is a stop loss, you're like, what's a stop loss? It literally means stop losing. Is when you place, let's just say hypothetically, we're just going to jump a little bit ahead just to explain that aspect, right? If this is hypothetical, okay?
Yeah.
If you bought the market here, right? You place your stop loss down there. Now, here's the question, why, right?
Yes.
The reason you place it there, if the market does not go your way, it goes against you, it will close your trade. That way you don't lose all your money. It basically means you stop losing.
Yeah.
That's what a stop loss
from that point on, nothing else below that.
Correct. Once you understand that, it's like, okay, cool. I understand. That's money management. It doesn't matter how big or small the stop your lot size is when you enter a trade, as long as you understand at what point I need the market to take me out that trade. Right? If okay, cool. Once I'm negative 500, take me out. Once I'm negative 100, take me out. Once I'm negative $50, take me out.
Yeah.
So once you understand the risk, understanding the risk, then you can see the reward, right? The reward will be your TP, take profit. The area, the level I'm going to take my profit at. That's literally exactly what it means. Nothing more, nothing less. Sometimes we overthink it. That's why I say we slow down, okay? All right, back to this, right? So trading 101, first thing you need to have is a job like we went over before. And we need to have the job because the job's going to cover our daily life, food, necessities, right? Simple stuff, right? And then we could now focus on learning to understand how to trade, right? Now, we know there's some steps, right? The steps of trading is like going to college, right? So we got the school. When it comes to school, you go to school to do what? Learn, right?
Yeah.
So you learn. So you're learning how to trade. When you go to college and you learn the specific skills, right? After you learn the skill, what do you have to do after that? You have to practice those skills.
Practice the skills in your field.
You have to practice those skills. So what are some ways a person will practice this skill, whatever they had learned from the book?
Working in their field, internship, working a job.
Okay, so I'll help you out, okay? So the question is, what are some ways, right? If you tell me internship, what if I didn't know what internship is? You have to teach yourself as if you didn't know. When you break things down meticulously, it allows you to
So
absorb
you want
it, right?
me to say they got to work an internship. An internship is like working with a company that's really not do all that?
No.
Then I got to explain what an internship is?
Okay, so what I'm asking you to do for yourself is when you are teaching yourself, I need you to elaborate as much as possible. Okay? So you could understand the ins and out. Yes, everybody understand what internship. There's like open lab where you actually practice the skills. What I'm helping you understand is how you correlate internship or open lab, right, with trading. So you read, right, about how to trade in the book. You take some notes. Now you're going to take that note and you're going to go to the lab and practice those skills. So you learn about price action. Now you're going to take what you have learned with your notes and go to the chart and see how it looks like. So when I say you go to school, cool. All right, you learn the skill, you graduate. Or while you're still in school, you're about to graduate, you do an intern. Interning is you practicing your skill within the field you're majoring in, right? So you go to the hospital, you start practicing the IV. You're going to be nervous. You're going to be shaky because you're not used to it until it becomes second nature. So back testing, right? You back test. Back testing is you going to look at the chart and see what it did before, how it did it before it went up or down, right?
Yeah.
The ins and out. So again, I'm just jumping a little bit ahead, right?
Yeah.
A double bottom, right? That's one. Notice how with this one, The second bottom is a bit lower, right? Meaning the second one. So that will be the first one, right? That's where you place the zone. This is the second one. Notice how this one's a bit lower?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Here's another one. A double.
And it goes low. It's on the same line.
Correct, right? It's on the same level. But guess what? They both are what? Double bottoms.
Yes.
Okay?
So the one to your left.
All right, there goes another one. One second. One second. I got you. Give me a second. You know what? I'm not going to delete it. Let me just move this real quick. All right. Another double bottom. Boom. Right? So these are 3 variations of a double bottom. Of course, the ultimate buying setup here. Do you have that with you?
The ultimate.
Did I give you a copy? Okay, I got my copy here.
The ultimate price action.
Yeah, here. So this is the ultimate buying setup, right? So this book itself has all the setups that the market will give you before you bought. All right? Before you buy up, all of them are going to be in there. So the first example of a buying setup, and then of course the second example. Okay? So back to this. Okay? So all of these are double bottoms, right? So you learn these things, right? You learn them while you're in school. Okay? Now you have to take what you have learned and apply it. Okay? You actually now got to tick the trade. It's okay when you read and see it. You feel like you know it all your life because you see how it looks. You've been reading about it over and over. Now you have to go to the chart and see it. It's going to reinforce what you have been reading. You back test it, right? So you seeing, oh, cool. So all of those are double bottom. It's just different variations.
Yeah.
Right? Not only are they double bottom, okay, cool. Yeah, I get it. It went up. What did the market give me here, and here before it went up? That's where your price action comes in. Okay? That's why the first thing we're going to learn is why it sold and why it buy. Okay? We learned it, and then we're going to go practice it. That's the back test, right?
Yeah.
Now, once you back test it, like open lab, you study it, you acting on it, right? Then you're going to forward test it, right? The forward testing is the same thing as interning. You're going to actually practice it hands-on in current time, meaning same thing with paper trading. So forward testing, paper trading is the same thing. What you're going to be doing now, you're going to practice what you back test, right? So first thing you do, give me a second. I want a blank one. Okay. First thing you do, you learn it, right? You learn the skill, right? Then you go see it, right? You want to like evaluate the skill, go in and out. So you read it in the book, you see how it looks like. Now you want to back test it. You want to back test it where you interact with it. You mark it, you see it, how it moves on the chart. You could measure how far it went, how many pips, where your stop loss would be, right? And then once you've done that, you start forward testing. You go to the current market date every day. So you start creating that system, right? So you study it, you read the system, you back test the system to see it. That's how it's been moving. Now you're going to forward test it to see if it does exactly what you read in practice. That's interning, forward testing, and paper trading.
Okay.
Right? So now when you paper trade, you will look at the current market right now. You'll be like, okay, cool. So I read and back test when the market does something like so, right? Notice the word I'm using, something like so. I'm going to wait here for what?
For it to go up.
Yes, but what exactly am I going to wait for that indicated might go up?
Change, a switch.
Okay. What's the switch exactly? What's that switch that indicate that?
That's the price,
It's the price action. The book's in front of you also. It's the price action.
Price action,
See?
yeah.
It's the price action. How does the price action look like? That's why you have the ultimate price action to have 5 to 6 different variation of what it might look like. Well, yeah, you're looking to see if it's going to go up. You're not waiting for it to go up. You're looking to see if it's going to go up. You don't dictate what the market's going to do. You simply react to it. When it gets there, that's why it's a question mark. A double bottom doesn't exactly mean the market is going to buy. When the market gives you a price action, the PA, that price action indicate that buyers have taken over. Since buyers take over, I'm just going to join the buyers. Because buyers take over doesn't mean it's going to buy up.
Yes.
So, but I'm going to take it exactly for what it is.
Yes.
Right? I mean, give me a second. Sorry about that. Yeah. So I'm going to take it for what it is. Buyers took over. I'm just going to join the buying team. That's it. It's not my job to tell the market what to do. I'm just simply reading and reacting, right? So when I'm reading and reacting, I read it, I saw it, now I'm reacting to it. You read it before, you back proof it, you back test it and see it, right? Now, when you forward testing, you demoing, you perpetrating. It's like interning, you practicing it live, okay? Open lab, you dice, you cutting up a pig, a frog, a lizard. That's open lab, right? You're still shaky, but you're getting, building that confidence. Okay, so that's what the lung is. That's what this is. That's what the pips is. That's how the price action look like. Those are the characteristics. Oh, a bullish engulfing. Sometimes it takes 2 bullish candles to engulf the last bearish candle. I can rephrase that. Oh, a buying price action. Sometimes it takes 2 buying candles to engulf the last selling candle. Or sometimes 1 buying candle engulf the last 2 selling candles. All of them mean bullish engulfing. All of them mean buy and take over. It just comes in different shapes and form and sizes, right?
Yeah.
So we read about it. We went to the chart and study it, meaning interact with it, see how it moves. And now we're going to forward test it. When the market give us the setup, we're going to look for the market to give us that, right? First, we wait for the market to give us that setup. Now we're going to wait for the market to give us that price action. When market give us that price action, a bullish engulfing. So I'm going to draw the most common bullish engulfing. So let's make yellow a bearish candle, right? So we could do something like this. So the bearish candles mean it's a selling candle, right?
Yes.
Also mean it's a downtrend.
Yes.
Yellow mean the market is falling. It's a bearish candle. It's a bearish candle. It's a bearish trend. It's a market that you could short, meaning sell. So they all mean exactly the same thing, just different terminology, okay? All right, so look, bullish candle, we're going to go with blue. And we have a bull candle right here. Boom, like so. That's a bull candle. Now, how do we know we have a bullish engulfing, right? Based on what you have studied, right? Even though we didn't go over it yet, it's a bullish engulfing because that blue candle closed above the yellow candle.
Yeah.
So the yellow candle is a bearish candle. The yellow candle is a selling candle. Okay.
Yes.
The yellow candle is the last candle of a downtrend. It's the same thing, just different wording, right?
Yes.
Now, because it closed above it, it indicate based on what I have learned, right? Based on what I have read, practice. Now I'm seeing it in current market time right now. Okay. Once I see what I saw in the past and practice, now I'm just going to enter for a buy. It's not my job to be like, what if it does it? What do you mean, what if it does? That's what it does. Your job is to simply read and react. So I'm going to react, right? I'm going to react by clicking or enter and sell, whatever platform or format you're using, right? I'm going to enter here for I'm sorry. I'm going to click for a buy. I'm going to enter for a buy because I have a bullish candle that is bigger than the last selling candle based on what I have learned, and backtests indicate that buyers have taken over or the bulls have taken over, right? And when it does that, it typically goes up.
Yes.
Notice the word. It typically goes up. I didn't say it was.
Typically.
Okay. So because that's what it does before it goes up, it just gives me that.
You're going to buy it before it goes up.
I'm just going to enter.
Yes.
That's it. I'm going to enter here for a buy. Remember, so we do learn stop loss and now place my stop loss accordingly, right? Meaning at the low point, even though we haven't went over that yet, right? And then once you take that, you step away.